I'll say allegedly for y'all. You know.
Right.
So ain't nobody talking about no defamations.
Jay-Z is catching a swirl of smoke with a lot of unanswered questions resurfacing as close ally and pal Diddy goes down in one of the biggest takedowns in Hollywood history. A lot of people in Diddy's proximity are feeling the heat right now because criminal allegations have lifted the veil of deception around him, his partners, collaborators, and acolytes. And as of Tuesday, Ashton Kutcher is expected to be served with a subpoena to go testify in court. Why wouldn't people look into the links in Diddy's networks when the feds reportedly raided his home for sex trafficking allegations? And now that it's clear that a shocking apocalypse has arrived to expose some carefully controlled lies in that world, in general, everyone is wondering, who's next?
I don't know, you tell me.
And because of that, questions are once more gaining momentum about the tragic death of Jay-Z's alleged mistress, Cathy White, and how almost the entire digital footprint was scrubbed off the internet despite her prominent position in the industry at the time. By who? See, long-standing speculations are back about Aaliyah, Beyoncé's age when she started dating Jay-Z, the fallout with Dame Dash over alleged business betrayals, Kanye's disturbing claims about Jay-Z.
I am putting my career, my life, my public well-standing at risk when I talk to y'all like this.
50 Cent trolling while alluding to some pretty intriguing stuff about Jay-Z.
See, he's a piece of work, man. He always put somebody in front of him. When Jada came for him, he put Beanie in front of him. And Beanie went back and forth with Jadakiss. When Cam came for him, he put True Life in front of him. And they went back and forth. And he just...
There are now questions about Blu Cantrell and Mya and how they were allegedly blackballed by the Carters. Just how powerful are Jay Z and Beyoncé? And how far does the rabbit hole go? Now that we know some of these big figures do have the potential, the infrastructure, and the access to do unimaginable things. And ayo, before we get too far, everything here allegedly. The point here is to determine the truth.
No, when I get nervous, I tell the truth.
Rather than randomly charge after Jay-Z, especially when the general public is not in the position to verify the authenticity of many of the things that are being said. Okay? Because the questions being asked and the things being raised about Sean Carter are pretty dark and pretty sinister. The big question on everyone's mind is whether or not Diddy will spill on his closest high-profile associates, now that he is facing a catastrophic fall from grace in front of the very same public who once venerated him as a false deity. Jay-Z in particular is one such name that is coming under a lot of heat for several reasons. One, the extent of his involvement with Sean Diddy Combs and how much of the alleged criminal atrocities he was aware of. Two, allegations of his own shady past are resurfacing as people are asking the questions. Then there's the question about Beyonce's age when they started dating, leading to other questions about how much she herself knows. Number three, 50 Cent has been trolling about Jay-Z's potential expose and impending downfall, which comes after 50 has openly questioned Jay-Z in the same way that the likes of Dame Dash, Kanye West, Jaguar Wright, and others also have.
Because I had heard from L.A. Reid that Jay was like, I'll take the job of president, but Damon and Biggs can't be down with Rocafella. And L.A. Reid was like, yo, and I thought John McNeely had said that. I was like, Jay could have never said that. And we went and he did me like public place, the whole and told me that. And I was just like, serious?
Jay told you that?
He said, yeah, I want to be looked at as a businessman. And as long as you're around, I can't be looked at as a businessman.
Yeah, no, when it comes to character witnesses from associates and collaborators from his past, there's certainly been momentum building up over time. Because who can forget the controversy surrounding Jay-Z's partnership with the NFL?
Hey Snoop, What do you feel about Jay Z and the NFL thing?
I'm not answering. I showed up somewhere else. Here this come again.
Hey Snoop, what's going on? What do you feel about Jay Z and the NFL thing?
You ask me that one more time, I'm gonna hit you in the head with a football. Out my face.
And what about Beyoncé and Jay-Z's blackwashing partnership with that jewelry luxury brand that gave her the necklace that was a blood diamond that was mined off the blood of South Africans? Right? Quite interesting to think about. And what about this?
I think everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame. Like, I don't give a fuck if you wanted to get away from your homie, if you wanted to get away from your partner. But to do it the way he did it, it's malicious. But maybe that was because he was the girl that didn't want you.
Oh.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why you moved his ass around and out of Rocafella so tough and then just moved right over to Def Jam. By the way, wasn't this all around the time when Aaliyah died? And Beyonce's solo career was struggling?
Joe, over time, Jay-Z, real name Sean Carter, has cultivated one of the most revered reputations in the global entertainment landscape. He is highly respected in the world of business, where he has built a net worth exceeding $2.5 billion. His enormous empire, untouchable music catalog, and a reputation as the grandmaster kingmaker in the music business have until now remained unscathed by his past. And over the years, Jay-Z's status as a prominent public figure has from time to time subjected him to a lot of rumors, but for the most part, not much has been confirmed, and many people are starting to wonder if that has something to do with his power and connections. The same can be said for Beyoncé, who has managed to maintain a squeaky clean public image, which she notoriously keeps in a tight grip through stringent non-disclosures. Now, outside of their work in the public eye, the power couple has managed to keep a relatively low profile, choosing only to address bits of what they want us to believe to be their personal lives through their music. That was certainly the case with the infamous elevator scandal, in which Beyoncé's younger sister Solange could be seen lunging at Jay-Z with her purse in a violent fit. And all we got from that were a couple of lyrics in some songs, Beyoncé putting down her rage on her 2016 album Lemonade, and then the pair releasing a joint album and going on tour together. The truth as to what actually went down and how deep does that sort of behavior actually go when the cameras aren't rolling is still locked somewhere in a vault. That vault of secrets would also have to contain the papers on how the couple managed the crisis around rumors that Beyoncé faked the whole pregnancy this one time. Do y'all remember what happened in Australia? I do. I remember. The fake baby bump news cycle was pretty bizarre, I'll tell you that. And it was ridiculous because I don't believe that something like that could actually really happen. But I'm more interested in how good their crisis management is though. You've got to commend the power couple on how they've been able to manage their images so carefully despite things coming out over the years. In actual fact, Jay-Z's marriage to Beyoncé has added significantly to his vast social capital and soft power. Together, they are seen as the power couple in Hollywood and the entertainment industry in general, and in many ways the music industry's royal family. In case you forgot, Blue Ivy became the second youngest Grammy winner ever in 2021 when she and Beyoncé won the Best Music Video Award for Brown Skin Girl. And together, Jay-Z and Beyoncé, who cumulatively boast a net worth of more than $3 billion, are seen as the pinnacle of the entertainment business and the diamonds of black excellence. But it looks like not even their access to the most powerful networks is able to slow down the wave of speculation about them. But now that Diddy is in the middle of a massive collapse, crashing his legacy, empire, and freedom, it looks like a few of his high-profile associates and friends are going down with him. It certainly looks like a big doomsday is casting its raging shadows all over the people platformed as idols before us, And it's making Katt Williams somewhat of a prophet because earlier this year, he called it. In that viral interview with Shay, Katt Williams started the year by forewarning that 2024 will be the year of truth, and that many of the powerful names in Hollywood would be facing their final judgment.
All of these big is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
Okay, he never said final, but final judgment. And now that we've already had a spectacular fall of some revered public figures, a wild wave that shockingly began with TD Jakes, take it away! Some are wondering whether or not Jay-Z will be the next. Amongst the many questions is allegations around the shady death of industry publicist Cathy White. Now, back when the 28-year-old's death was first reported back in 2011, there were blogs and platforms that alleged that Cathy was Jay-Z's mistress at the time and that the affair had been going on while Beyoncé was pregnant with Blue Ivy. Now, Cathy was reportedly found dead in her apartment in New York City. And now, all kinds of rumors are coming out that Cathy had been in talks with a journalist to possibly tell all about her relationship with Jay-Z. Now, two things to be mindful of. These allegations are pretty serious, and it's important to note that all this stuff is merely speculative hearsay. And secondly, Cathy White was a real woman who has since passed on. It's important, of course, to discuss all these allegations with respect for her life. So, as far as we know, she died of a brain aneurysm, and may she rest peacefully. But long before Jay-Z was rumored to be cheating on Beyoncé with Cathy White, there were others, such as Blu Cantrell, even though she never quite fully confirmed to have been in a relationship with Jay-Z.
Did you Jay-Z?
Oh my God!
I heard he's hung like a horse, Blue. Oh, you hating on Beyonce? Did she really have him locked down?
I think so. I think they're in love. I think they're in love.
Is politics speaking?
No, I really do think they're in love. I have a big crush on him, though. I'll tell you that much.
Did you find
Still have a crush on him now. No, I didn't.
And there's been all kinds of chatter about the possibility of her being blackballed after the alleged split with Jay-Z. And if true, that would be the same pattern of experience that Mya went through. Now, the R&B singer has been recently quite vocal about being blackballed for refusing to sell her soul.
I would definitely have to say those in power, that want to abuse it and get off on abusing it, definitely plot on their prey, and you have to be willing to sacrifice anything that you think you might benefit from, a career, etc., and say no, period, and learn how to do it yourself. It's not that serious to me, if I have to sell my soul.
A lot of the younger generation may have never gotten the opportunity to be exposed to both Mya and Blu Cantrell in their prime, but these were the chart-topping it girls of the late 1990s and early 2000s R&B bubble. We'll get into that a little bit later, but first, Jaguar Wright also recently took us back to the rumor mill about Jay-Z being infatuated with the late Aaliyah back in the day. And that was despite Aaliyah being reportedly in a relationship with his then business partner and friend, Dame Dash. In fact, there's an article that was published on the Daily Mail back in 2019, which detailed Jay-Z's big interest on Aaliyah back in the early 2000s and how he'd pulled some pretty big moves as an attempt to woo her. It's interesting to me that Dame Dash hasn't added much to the current conversation, especially since his fallout with Jay-Z has remained a big topic in the culture for some years now. Dame Dash and Jay-Z are two of the most influential figures in hip-hop history. They co-founded Rocafella Records back in 1996 along with Kareem Biggs Burke, and then launched the careers of artists like Kanye West, Cameron, and others. They also created a clothing line, Rockaway, and a filming production company, Rocafella Films. They were more than business partners, they were friends. But their friendship and partnership came to an end in 2004 when Rocafella was sold to Def Jam, where Jay-Z became the president. Dame Dash was left out of the deal and felt betrayed by Jay-Z. Since then, the two have been feuding publicly, exchanging insults and accusations in interviews and songs. They've also been involved in legal disputes over the rights to Rocafella's assets and trademarks. Jay-Z's fallout with Dame Dash is not the only fuel gassing up growing unease about who Jay-Z actually is, especially after he fell out in the same way with Kanye West. That got really wild at some point because Kanye was getting on stages and literally begging Jay-Z to not send his killers to go kill him.
Jay-Z, call me, bro. You still ain't called me. Jay-Z, call me. Hey, bro, Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them at my head. Just call me. Talk to me like a man.
Very Kanye. That said, Kanye's history of erratic behavior and manic public outbursts is very well publicized. So I think because of that, a lot of what he says gets lost in that chaos. I mean, some of the things he says end up being discredited in the process, which is such an injustice to the fullness of the truth because there's definitely been some shady business there by the Carters. With that said, it's pretty clear now that Diddy's misery has triggered a wave of suspicion where people are asking questions about long-standing conspiracy theories about Hollywood and the entertainment industry. Now people are asking about long-forgotten chatter, new shocking claims, and the characters that have amassed unimaginable wealth and enormous fame while skating past every bizarre scandal unscathed. Comment down below, like and share this video to give us a bump in the algorithm, and subscribe to this channel. Welcome back to the Quench channel, and welcome to the fall of idols that is shaking up Hollywood and other spheres of the world. People are wondering just how much did Jay-Z know about his pal Diddy, as all eyes are on the music mogul thanks to his highly publicized expose. There's been a search about another music mogul, Jay-Z, who has strong ties to Diddy and his empire. There's been a lot of speculative conversation about Jay Z and Beyoncé right now, and I think it's part of a domino effect to what has been happening to Diddy. The two of them have risen to become one of the most powerful figures in the entertainment business, but their rise to the top hasn't been without its fair share of interesting things happening around them. Where it gets a little bit dark is when we are now being dragged down a rabbit hole about the late Cathy White, whom people have started talking about. And to be honest, I didn't even know about that until now. And I am obviously in no possible position to endorse, confirm or deny any of these claims. But I think for those who listen to Beyoncé and Jay-Z's albums, we do know now about infidelity in their marriage. But it's also wild how they've been able to control those narratives in the way where they are commodified for commercial success. Tells you a lot about how business savvy they are, and that's how you end up with a collective net worth of $3 billion. I also think it's interesting that up until now, they've been able to remain above it all, almost as if they are being protected. The pregnancy moment in Australia, bizarre as it was, the real identity of Becky with the good hair, the truth about the elevator, Cathy White, Blu Cantrell, Kanye West, Dame Dash, and. Now, if there's a reckoning coming for the Carters, it will be a collapse of an entire system, I believe. Think about it, a lot of people will go down. And what's more, I think this whole thing is bigger than the individual celebrities. This is definitely about the end of idols and the matrix which creates them for its own motives. For the first time, at least on a grand scale, people are questioning what we've been told and sold this whole time. And remember, innocent until proven guilty. We will find out soon enough. What do you guys think? Comment down below, like and share this video, and remember to subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye.